All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that this lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called The Final Deception. All right. And Salaki, I haven't, been going in with the videos. Been putting one a day, but I usually do more. I've been still down on that, going up and down with this damn weather shit, man. But it's all good, Glad to just be able to continue. All right. But Final Deception, title of the lesson, comes from what's about to be brought upon us at one point. All right. I'm going to show you two little things that I have on my Instagram. All right. That the government is going to use a deception at one point. All right. Because they don't want you to believe in the chariots. Right. They want you to believe that there's, aliens out there, there's other life out there. When we that are in this truth, we clearly know that, these are the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And on the chariots are what? The angels, right? The eyes of the Lord that are what? Upon the sinful kingdom. Constantly watching everything that's going on in the world, reporting up and down, right? Reporting the news to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, what's going on, you see? And with that being said, let me play this real quick. Let me grab this from it says NASA, which NASA in Hebrew goes into to be deceived, you see, or deceiving, one of those. All right, so this whole NASA thing, man, was always a deceitful, deceiving, agenda that was put together. They try to tell you that they've been on different planets, they landed on the moon, all that. And all that is nonsense, man. They never been on other planets. They never landed on the moon. Now, they have technology that has done that, maybe, possibly. Matter of fact, they have satellites that can travel far as hell, but that's about as far as Esau could get. You see, he was given that intelligence of technology to see what's out there, but he never was able to reach that. So this is going to be something that we are going to be able to reach within time, and with us getting to the kingdom. All right, we're going to be able to see these things. We're going to be able to go to planet to planet, to galaxy to galaxy, land on the moon. These are going to be things that we are going to be able to do, man. These are things that Esau only dreams about doing. All right. So he really has no understanding, because you got people like Elon Musk out there trying to tell people that they're going to land on Mars, man, that they're going to flee out of here and land on Mars. That's a lie, you see. Now, they do have space stations built out, all right, but there's only a certain distance that they can go, all right. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. This is Job 14 and 5, and it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. You see, right? He has appointed bounds. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has given him bounds that he cannot pass. So once he gets to his highest level, all right, he can't go no farther than what he's already gone to. All right. And, space is one of them. He's built his little space stations out there and done his little things, his little work. Because you got, just like it tells you in Obadiah, that they got their nest in the stars. All right. Their nest in the stars. Right here in third verse, it says, it's like in fourth verse. I'll start from 3. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, all right, which America, their sign, right, is the bald eagle, all right, the bald eagle. And it says, though thou set thy nest among the stars, these space stations, all right, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it's only a matter of time before he be brought down from those space stations. All right. Now, let's go into what I wanted to bring out again. All right, it says NASA hires religious experts to prepare humanity for aliens. All right. Now this was from an article. All right, I took the screenshot from the brother's page. But this is something they're really going to prepare humanity for. All right, and it's not going to work. It's going to deceive the 2/3. It's going to deceive these other nations, because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got no repentance or anything like that. But the elect, you're not going to be able to deceive. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab that from Matthew. All right, Matthew 24. What does it say? If it were possible to deceive the very elect. All right. So down here, right here, and it says, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. All right, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. You see, they're going to show great signs, great wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the elect. They're not going to be able to deceive the elect with that, man, because the elect is stable in this truth, man. This is why you have to have that knowledge and wisdom to stabilize you at that end. All right. Let me grab what was I just thinking of? So again, man, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. You need to be stabilized in that day, man. Revelations 13 and 14, and it says, I even start from 13, and it says, and he does great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven and on the earth in the sight of men, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. But my point is this, you see, if he was to deceive that, and they deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, meaning that technology. All right, now they have technology out there to deceive the world with, man. All right, there's something called the let me grab that real quick. All right, this is Project Bluebeam right here. It says Project Bluebeam conspiracy theory suggests NASA has secret plans. And remember, NASA means to deceive, to create new world order, right? And there's been many different things that they're going to do with this Project Bluebeam. Now, what this Project Bluebeam is, it goes into there's literally in the sky they have built certain machine that's got like a projector screen so big in the sky that they could do anything they want in the sky. All right, they could put holograms in the sky. They could it could be straight sunny outside, and they put with their Project Bluebeam, they could like block out the sun almost, you see, and make it look like it's just straight dark. You know, this is the technology they literally have out there, man. So one of the things that they've been saying for a while is that they're supposed to try to take with Project Bluebeam, all right, they want to take the gods that people worship upon the earth and bring them out in those last days, all right? And they're pretty much going to have these gods speaking to you, man, and a lot of people going to fall for it, you know? Now, if it's something that's going to happen, hey, we don't know that, but it's something that's possible of happening, you see? Point is that they have the technology to do it. You know, this is something I came across, I forgot where I came across from it, where they were really saying that they're going to have in different parts of the countries, all right, whatever they worship in those countries, wherever those people are at, they're going to be able to make gods appear in the skies, all right, and literally be talking to these people, man. One of the main things that they're going to do, all right, is something with what the world calls UFOs, all right, which we call them IFOs because those are identified. We know exactly what they are. Those are the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? And again, who's on those chariots? The angels, all right? Now, this is a card, all right? This is a card that comes from the Illuminati card game, all right? Now, I remember when I first ran into this card right here, it was actually called the Final Deception, all right? And they actually changed it now. Now it's called the oh, I put it right here, the Church of Middle America. That's what it says above here where you can't see. But it says Church of Middle America. But indeed, when I first ran into it, and this was probably about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, all right, because I used to do a lot of research into like Illuminati, you know. At the time, it was a big thing that was popping on the internet, so everything was about how Illuminati had something to do with it, you know? And they were trying to install fear in people, you know, about this Illuminati group, okay? And I remember when I ran into this game, I was like, wow, this game is crazy, man. This game, because it's basically a game that they play the cards, and whatever they play actually happens. You know, that if you see, one of the cards was knocking down the Twin Towers, and it happened, you know? One of the cards was quarantine, all that, man. You know, this goes back to these devils being wicked, and actually, it was a young boy that made these games, that made this card game. He actually, I believe, got arrested. They took the game from him, everything, you know. And, you know, Illuminati made it their own, right? But it was called the Final Deception, and it was the same way. As a matter of fact, I think the card was a little bit different. It did have a church, and it had a bunch of chariots just like this, but it had little ones, and then it had one big one. And pretty much what it had read, because you see how it says over here, it says they'll never get it, even when the sorcerers are flying overhead. All right, any subgenus group that controls the church gets 2 points to its power and global power if it already has global power. And this is part of the game, all right? But in this little description box, it was talking about how we were going to be deceived from the truth, you see? And hey, man, it doesn't put it past my mind that Esau would do some shit with his little Project Bluebeam to deceive our people, all right? And you know, have us really thinking that we're under an alien invasion. You see, because at the end of the day, what's going to end up happening is that Yahushua is going to crack them clouds open, man. And when he cracked them clouds open, see, this is how you know that it's going to be the only way you should be expecting Yahushua to come is in the middle of World War III, man. You see, while World War III is really going down, all right, and we're pretty much about to get bombed, all right, Yahushua is going to crack them clouds, man. You see, he gonna come what? He gonna come from the east to the west, man. All right, and he's gonna come in his greatness, which is in these chariots, which I'm gonna get the scriptures for it. All right, and this place is gonna be in great fear, man. You see, and these people that are in the middle of World War III are gonna be scared too, just like it says in 2nd Ezra 13, that it should sword be afraid, but yet there's fight. Then Yahweh Shai is gonna harden up their hearts and make them go against Yahweh. All right, in which that goes into the war in heaven. You see, and the war in heaven is not no war in heaven where it's God against the devil, his angels versus the bad angels. Nah, man. All right, that's that false doctrine right there. All right, when it speaks about the war in heaven, Michael and his angels versus Satan and his angels, the dragon and his angels, it's talking about this military, America. All right, all these militaries going up against Yahushua, which they're not going to be able to prevail, man, in that day. You see? But, again, this is something that at one point they are going to use it and try to deceive us with it. And those that are in the knowing know exactly when Yahushua is going to be coming, because it's written of how he's supposed to come, man. All right, so we got to expect it in a certain way to happen. All right, as a matter of fact, let's get let me get Matthew. (24-26), and it says, "Wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not." Yeah, because you're gonna be trying to tell people gonna be trying to tell you, hey, look, Yahushua's over here. Hamashiach is over here. Look, this is Hamashiach. This is the, it's gonna be false. Why? Because it says, "For as the lightning coming out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be." You see, he gonna come from the east and he gonna come all the way to the west, man. All right. And it says, "For whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together." You see? And then it says, "Immediately after the tribulations of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." Yeah, because first of all, when Yahushua returns, man, the chariot gonna be so big that it's just gonna block everything, man. All right, talks about that in 2nd Ezra 13. And yep. I'll just start from the top. And it says, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof." All right. And it says, "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." All right. This is all talking about Yahushua returning, man. All right. Returning with that destruction, that wind. And it says, "And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." You see, the thousands of heaven, because what did it say in? Let me open up another tab real quick. All right, Jude. Jude 1 and 14, and it says, "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints." All right, "to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their heard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him." You see? And this is talking about when Yahushua come with the chariots, man, to execute judgment upon the earth. All right? Enoch spoke about these things. And Enoch was one that got beamed up into the chariots, man. You see, Enoch in the beginning was translated, all right, that he didn't see death. You see? So let's go back to 13, 2nd Ezra 13 and 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven, all right. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Yet all these things trembled, all right. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Yeah, this is talking about them laser beams that's coming out of the chariots. All right. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, and to subdue that man, the man that came out of the sea. And this is talking about taking in the elect. All right. Because it tells you, let me grab that in Revelations. Matter of fact, I'll just say it right here. Come up hither, come out of her, my people. Be not partakers of her plagues, KJV. All right. No, I like it when it gives it to me in the. I'll just take it from here. Oh wow. Salakia. Revelations 18:4 KJV. Yep. There you go. All right. It didn't come out the way I wanted it, but it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Yeah, because this is going to be the time when we're going to be beamed up into them chariots, which this is going to be being said in Hebrew in that time, man. All right. And this is talking about when the chariots come and deliver us. You see? This is why we constantly tell people, you know, this is in, let me get it from Luke 21. All right. Luke 21. And it says, tell you exactly where it's at. Yep, right here. I'll start from 24, and it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, all right, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And it says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah, by the ICBM missiles, man. And when they see Yahushua, man, these people's hearts is going to be failing them, all right, from fear. And when they see these ICBM missiles, then it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a great cloud. It's like coming in a crowd. My bad. Coming in a cloud with power and great glory, you see? And that cloud is representing what? That chariot, right? You got people thinking that he really that Yahushua is going to come on a cloud, man, a floating cloud. No, man, he's going to come on a chariot, all right? That represents his chariot, all right? If you go to Psalms 104, it explains that. Psalms 104:3, and it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. You see, and this is talking about the chariots. So when Yahushua comes, man, just like it tells you in Revelations, all right, Revelations 1:7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And this is reincarnation at the same time being spoken of right here. All right, it says, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Yeah, even the ones that have pierced Yahushua are going to see Yahushua. Why? Because those spirits are back on earth today, the reincarnation. And it says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. All right, so he's going to come with clouds, man. You see? Clouds, and every eye is going to see him, and that's talking about that chariot. All right, so going back to Luke 21:28, and it says, and when these things begin to pass, look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Yeah, because that's how we're going to be beamed up onto them chariots, man. All right, we're going to be beamed up. All right, when Yahushua comes, we're going to scarcely be saved. All right, scarcely means barely make it. It's going to look like we about to die out here, man. But we're going to scarcely be saved through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab I have to grab it from here. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, and it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Yeah, when they see Yahushua coming in them chariots, man, terrible fear is going to come upon their face. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Yeah, because when they see us getting beamed up on these chariots, man, you see, these people gonna be bugged out. They're gonna be wishing that they were getting up on there too. Because at the same time we getting beamed up, you talking about missiles and a whole lot of destruction coming at the same time. From the laser beams, all right, from the missiles that's coming. And we're gonna be getting beamed up. Then we're going to watch these things, man, from the firmament. We're going to actually be watching from the chariot windows, man, America being put into that lake of fire that it speaks of, because it's going to be 200 million missiles that hit this place. All right? This place is that altar. America's that great altar, and it needs to be cleansed, and the best cleansing is fire. All right? That's why it tells you in grab it from here. 2 Peter 3, and I'll start from 3, and it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. And we see that everywhere, man. It's so heavy right now with scoffers, it's not even funny, man. Worse than ever. All right, they're coming out of left field constantly on every minute to every 10 minutes. All right, there's another scoffer coming out, another scoffer being born, and saying, "Where is the promise of his coming?" Yeah, you got people's mentality like that, man. All right, that they're literally sitting there, all right, saying, "Where's the promise of his coming?" All right, the vision faileth, KJV. That came out wrong. I knew that was going to come out wrong. The vision of every effect, KJV. This is Ezekiel 12:22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision, man. See, you got people really thinking that the Lord is taking his time, all right, that he not gonna come back, but it's all goes into the hands of the Lord, man. It's on his time. All right, Habakkuk 2 and 3. Matter of fact, I'll start from the top. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right. And the vision is being made plain upon the tables, man. And the ones that are going to run is going to be the ones that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? But the rest that have pride and have no shame in their game, they're just gonna stand there, man, and have not a clue of what's going on. Then it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. You see, so though it feels like it's taking forever. It might seem like it's not happening right now, but it will, man. It will be right on time, not a minute late, not a minute early. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has the vision for an appointed time, man. There's a certain time frame it has to take place in. Certain things have to happen first. That's why it says that no man know the hour, no angels, not even Yahushua know the hour, man, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but Yahweh himself. You see? So it's all on his time clock, man. All right? Now, going back, 2 Peter 3, all right, and it says in 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the heavens, Salakia, that by the word of Yahweh, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. All right. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by that same word, all right, that same word that Noah was preaching back in those days is the same word that's being preached today. All right. Are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. You see? So this place is what? That great big altar, all right? And the only way you can cleanse this place is with fire. And that's what it talks about when this place is going to be that great lake of fire, all right? And it says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. All right, so every 1,000 years is one day to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So if you look at it, Yahushai, according to today's dates and, time, Yahushai was crucified a little over 2 years ago, man. 2 days ago, Salakia. All right, and then it says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, and not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, meaning all Israelites, man, because this truth is only for Israelites, written by Israelites for the Israelites, all right? And it ain't just the black only, okay? No, it's to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. All right, we stand by that 100% truth, all right, that has been given to us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right? And it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Yeah, because no man know that hour. In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Here, the ICBM missiles. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt away with fervent heat. You see? Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So these are the things that we look forward to, man. And this place is going to pass, man. The fashion of this world passeth away. Everything in this world is going to pass away. This is why we tell you to lay your treasures up in heaven and not on earth, man, because this place is a sore slaughter, man. This place is polluted. It's not our rest, like it tells you in Micah 2:10. All right? There's nothing left for us here, man. This place was given to the hands of the wicked, man. And their rulership is done. All right? Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of it that follow it. So whenever you get something new in life, you never use something that's old. All right? When something new is given to you, you get it and you what? All right? When something new is given to you, you get it. I mean, Salaki, when something new is given to you, all right, you don't get the old back. You get something brand new. That's why it says a new heaven and a new earth. All right, so we're going to get it's going to still be the same earth because what does it say in Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, 1 and 3? It says, a new generation cometh, all right? The old generation passeth away, a new generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The earth is always going to abide forever, all right? But it's going to be cleansed through that nuclear missile, all right? Through that nuclear fire. So this place is going to be it's going to be just a straight reset. You got Esau always talking about the great reset. This is going to be the great reset right here. It's going to get hit so hard that the elements are going to melt. The elements are going to go back out of whack, man. You see? And then everything is going to be able to be built again, all right, into its proper order, all right? And it's going to be abundant from that day on, man. Everything's going to grow the way it's supposed to. All right? You're not going to have Esau out here destroying the world anymore. All right, polluting this place. Everything is going to be in righteous. Why? Because the righteous are in authority. The people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You see? So no more that we're going to have to worry about Esau destroying this place. Like it tells you in Revelations 21. All right. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, which is talking about the elect coming down with Yahushua, man. All right, coming down from Yahweh, from power out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men." Yeah, which the 144,000 is going to be all men. No women in there, all men. And he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power. You see? They're going to be their power. All right, and we're going to what? We're going to rule, all right, 1,000 years, man, with Yahushua. Just like it tells you... Yep. Right here. 4. All right, because you got to know how to read this. You have to read from here. When you read from Revelations 20 to 3, all right, once you get to 3, you're supposed to skip down to 7. That goes hand in hand. But this part, from here down to here, this is speaking about a different 1,000 years. And this is speaking about the time when this place gets destroyed, man, and Yahushua is in rulership, man, and the 144,000 with him, all right? And it says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and the judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads and in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. You see? And it's not going to be, we only going to live 1,000 years and that's it. No. All right, that's going to be forever. But this is going to be the time frame where all these people, starting with the first fruits of slavery, which is these top banking families, all right, and all these other nations, they're going to serve hardcore bondage, man. You see? And then after 1,000 years, these other nations are going to go back to their lands under our rulership, all right? But the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, he gonna be diminished off the face of the earth forever. Going into Obadiah 1 and 18. All right. And it says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of Yahweh and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And this is why we tell people to get right now, man, because see, even though 2/3 of our people gonna die, man, all right, and they're gonna come back to the loins of the elect, they're gonna wake up ashamed in the kingdom, man. See, you want to conquer death on this side now, man, and be in that first resurrection, all right? That's where it really counts, man. To see Esau, Edom in slavery, you see, to have a piece of him for all the things that he did wickedly onto us, which he's going to have to be rewarded double. You see, this is what we want, man. You don't want to come after 1,000 years. You missed all the fun by the time you come back on that. All right. And though you're going to live forever with the rest of Israel, you know, because you're an Israelite, man, you still missing out on the fun. And you're going to have to wake up ashamed in the kingdom and learn what you did wrong first. But then you're going to be right in your mind, you know, because why? You came out of the loins of the elect. And that was one of the covenants, that we were going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, man. And we wouldn't be able to go off ever again. Not even if you even want to. You're not even going to be able to think folly, you see? So, going back, and it says, 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their power. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. You see? So we ain't gonna have to worry about any of that anymore, man. All right, we ain't gonna have to worry about any more tears, death, none of that. Everything's gonna be righteous, just like it tells you right here. All right, 22:1, Revelation, and he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and out of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were the healing of nations. All right, and this is talking about when in the restoration, man, when order and righteousness is restored back to this place, man. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of Yahweh and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. Ooh. You had bugged out Sakari talking about, oh, they only gonna reign for 1,000 years and that's it. And we gonna go back to the same process of reincarnation. No, we gonna reign forever and ever and ever, man. You see, only Israel's gonna be immortal. Just like it tells you, what is that? Wisdom of Solomon, I think it's 3. It says man was created to be immortal. Talking about us, Israel. See, these other nations ain't gonna live immortal, man. Only Israel. See, we're the chosen people. We're the peculiar treasure of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So everybody else is beat, man. That's why you got to be thankful that you are a true Israelite. All right? Man, it's just beautiful hearing those words, man. All right? So again, they're going to try to deceive you with all this technology, all right, to keep your eyes off what's really happening. All right, but those that are of the elect are not going to be deceived, because they know exactly how Yahushua is going to make it out here, man. How is he going to come? All right, let me go back to reading Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we have not known it. What has pride profited us? Or what good has riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow and as a post that hasted by. You see? So, man, listen. These people, when they see us getting beamed up in these chariots, man, when they see the coming of Yahushua, man, they're gonna be done. All right? Especially the heathen. The heathen are dismayed by the signs of the Lord, man. You see? See, we don't fear these things. When we see chariots, people are amazed, like, oh, look at that, man. It's aliens, you know? But nah, man, we see chariots. We call Elohim Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua because we know that's our redemption, man. That's what's going to get us up out of here. Those are signs that we almost up out of here. Everybody else is in, they can't believe what they're seeing before their eyes. All right? Let me get Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. And when you go into 20 cubits, that represents 30 feet. All right. And when you take 10 cubits, that represents 15. So he saw something 30 feet by 15 feet long, man. All right. Salaki. 30 feet long, all right, wide by 15 feet, you know, going all the way around because it's a flying roll at the end of the day. All right. So this is a circle. All right. And then it says, then said, which I'm going to get another precept, Ezekiel 1. I'll get to that in a second. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, and everyone that swears shall be cut off as it on that side, according to it. You see? And hey, this is why you're seeing chariots all over the world, chariot sightings everywhere. And this is why they're going to try to deceive you with a great deception, a final deception at that, to make you think that aliens is coming out here, man. All right? This is the curse that goes forth over the face of the earth. Why? Because the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. All right? The eyes of the Lord are these chariots, the angels, the prophets. All right? Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 1, man. This talks about chariots and angels, man. Exactly how they look, what the chariots do. You see? I'll do 1 through 4, Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, a fire enfolding itself, and the brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of fire. Let's go into this word amber, man. You go into that word amber, it goes into a polished spectrum metal. All right. See, and it was just talking about a cloud. This is how you know this is talking about a chariot. Because if it was a cloud, it would just be puffy, you know, foggy, big cloud. You're not going to have an actual color to a cloud that's bronze. But it says a shiny substance, amber or electrum or bronze. All right. It says, uncertain derivation, probably bronze or polished spectrum metal. All right. You know that the chariot will be some type of metal, a heavy metal at that. It ain't gonna be no metal from this earth. It's gonna be metal from the heavens, man. Something that we probably never even hear about. An element you ain't even know existed. You see? So that tells you right there that that's an actual chariot. It ain't talking about no cloud. All right? Let me jump down. This goes into, the explaining what they look like, the angels. All right? It says right here, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. This was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. You see? And every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Yeah. And brass is what? Like that bronze, dark brown color. All right. And when it talks about the 4 faces, it represents certain things. The one face was the face of a man. The other one was the face of a lion. The other one was the face of an ox, and the other one was the face of the eagle. And I forgot exactly what they represented it, but the eagle represented it like quickness, agility. All right. The lion represented it like the boldness. Okay. Man represented intelligence. Ox represented something else. I forgot what it was. All right. But you see, this is explaining what the angels look like. So yeah, there ain't no green little aliens on these things, man. This is dark-skinned men, angels, all right, that are riding on them chariots. All right. This is 13. It's like I wanted 16. The appearance of the wheels, start 15. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. All right. And I believe beryl goes into like greenish. All right. And it says, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. All right. When you look at a chariot, man, that's what it looked like. A wheel within a wheel. You see how people draw, chariots all the time? We have seen many movies of what a chariot looked. Matter of fact, I have one right here. You see? We can see it. You see? That's a chariot, all right, within a wheel within a wheel. And that's what these chariots, all over the world is being shown, man, right before people's eyes. Yeah, the 2/3, the 2/3 in the kingdom, they're gonna have everlasting life. Absolutely, they're Israelites. They just gonna have to wake up ashamed. In order for them to have everlasting life, though, they have to die on this side. You see, because they didn't want to hearken on to this word. And yeah, they're gonna have spiritual powers. See, but they're not gonna have spiritual powers like the 144,000. They're gonna have a low level of spiritual powers. The elect, the 144,000, gonna have some serious spiritual powers, man. That's right. Hey, man, you gotta be thankful that you're an Israelite, man. If you could have came out as one of these damn heathens, man. It sucks to be a heathen. You don't have immortality, man. Immortality only for us. That's why we can't wait to get up out of here. Lord willing, we are those men. But yeah, man, hey, they gonna try to deceive us, man, heavy out here. With this Project Bluebeam, with this devil's, miracles and technology. But see, you're not going to deceive the elect, because the elect knows exactly how Yahushua is making that return, man. How he coming. All right, let me I had before, Second Ezra 13. Bring that out. All right. Before I was 4. And whenever the voice out of his mouth went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, the 144,000, from the 4 winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. And you got to know when it's talking about certain things in these scriptures, because the chariots are referred to as whirlwinds, all right, clouds, mountains. There's no such thing as a man jumping on a great mountain and riding it, all right? This is how you know it's being symbolic for that chariot, all right? A great movie to look at is Independence Day. That chariot was so big that it covered the whole earth, all right? That's where this is where they got that movie from, reading these scriptures. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. See, a mountain doesn't fly, man. So you know that it's talking about something in symbolic form. And it says, but I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was, so like where out the hill was graven, and I could not yet, because this chariot was so big, man, that it covered everything. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him, because this is why Yahushua is allowing them all to go out to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, the valley of Yahushua, the place of Armageddon, the place of judgment. You see, all these places are being gathered just for when the return of Yahushua comes, man. They're going to see Yahushua's return, and they're going to try to fight against them, man. And it says, which were gathered together to subdue him, were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. You see? They're going to go against Yahushua, man. All right? There was war in heaven, KJV. This is Revelations 12 and 17. Salakia 12 and 7. And it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. All right, with what? The technology, the MOTB, all right, with their philosophies, their what's the word I got in my head? Their witchcrafts, their sorceries. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. All right. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Okay. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. You see? So these men are not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to prevail, man. Just like it just told you, all right, that they prevailed not. You're not going to be able to come up against Yahushua. All right? And it says in lo, 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And this is all talking about all these laser beams coming out of the chariots, man. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. You see? And this is why you gotta be afraid too when you read this, man. Why would you want sauce with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man? See, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man, on the wicked side, man. Right? So, hey, man, again, they're gonna try to deceive you. The final deception. I can't believe they changed the word on this, man. I wish I had the actual picture of the what the actual original name of this card was. It was called the Final Deception. Now it's called the Church of Middle America, which is still funny they called it that. All right, but when they had it as the Great Final Deception, that means a lot, man. That says a lot. You know? So, hey, Lord willing, it was edifying. To the spirit, I'm going to end off on that note. All right? So, with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Elohim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who well. Blessed salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Aquat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. While the brothers for tuning in, you gotta continue to fight the good fight of faith. Hey, keep pushing, man. Be in that time. All right. So with that being said, Shalom.